Welcome, everybody. All right, hold on. We're just going live on Facebook at the same time. Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to the webinar. I'm excited to be here with you this evening. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. I hope you guys are doing well. Coming to you live from my beautiful home office in San Diego, California, where we have enjoyed a summer day today, extra warm summer day. Which was kind of nice. We got to go outside and enjoy the weather, the kids and I. So tonight we're going to talk about how to get started right with Teamzy to become a Power Hour boss. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to set it up, the best workflows to crush a Power Hour. You're going to be able to get all your income-producing activities done in less than an hour. So I see a lot of people popping on, which is cool. Do me a favor in the chat, guys. Let me know where you're from and which company you work with, or if it's your own company or if you represent a network marketing company. Put those in there in the chat, where you're from and what company you're with, so I have an idea of where you guys are from. Okay, so let's dive right in. I've actually got a couple slides to share, and then we're going to go right into the app itself so I can show you these things. Hold on, let me get to the first slide. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Get started right with Teamzy to become a Power Hour boss. By the way, that's one of our hashtags. You can feel free to use it, because after tonight, you're going to be a Power Hour boss, and you'll have the confidence to know that you can do your business in an incredibly efficient way. So just to give you my backstory, I know some of you know me. I see a couple of familiar names on the list. Some of you don't. As I said, my name's Eric Johnson. First and foremost, I'm a husband and a father. And what I do for a living is I help busy network marketers build their businesses. And I've been doing that now for a bit. I've been a professional business coach for 20 years, helping people build their business. I've been specifically helping people in the network marketing industry for the past 5 years. I'm also the founder of Teamzy, and that's why you're here. So you already know what Teamzy is. Top CRM with over 100,000 network marketing users. And also I've trained over 100,000 direct sellers in the past 4 years, which has been kind of incredible. So this kind of little background on me. But the part of the story that I want you guys to really get is where I was 5 years ago. See, I was working full-time in a career for a company, corporate America type deal, as a business coach and consultant. And I loved my job. I absolutely loved it. It was awesome. I got to help people. I got to help them build their business. I taught relationships, same thing I'm teaching now. The challenge was that I was always working, and I was never around my family. And you saw, like, when I listed things that I'm proud of, number one is husband and father. And honestly, I was never seeing my wife or my kids. I felt like I was doing a good job of providing for them. I made a good income, but I never saw them. I was always working. And so the network marketing opportunity kind of fell in my lap as a way to create an additional stream of income. And I've got kind of an entrepreneurial bent anyways, and I was really looking for some sort of business I could start on the side that maybe could give me some breathing room financially, and also so that I could have time to be flexibility, to be with my family. I worked for a great guy, and I got to watch him basically prioritize his family and be with them. And I thought, man, I need to have my own company. So I started the network marketing opportunity about 5 years ago, started working on kind of building something out. And the problem that I had was that I didn't have any time to begin with. That's why I wanted to do it, right? And so since I had no time, how the heck was I going to build a network marketing business on the side? And so I started looking for tools that would help me leverage a little bit of time. Like, I figured if I could squeeze 1 hour a day out of my busy day to work on this business short term, maybe I could actually replace my income and go full time, right? And so I was looking for the tools that would help me leverage that time. And to me, it seemed like a no-brainer. I mean, there's millions of people doing direct sales. Other industries have great tools that help them be efficient. There must be something out there, right? And so this is what I was looking for. I was looking for, first and foremost, wait, where did this one? I needed a system that would let me stay in touch with all of my contacts. I just wanted a way to stay in touch with everybody. I didn't want to have to think too much. I wanted to know, hey, when am I supposed to contact people? When am I not supposed to? I figured there's got to be a system that automates this for me, right? Also, I wanted to know, what do I say to people? And I struggled with, how do I start conversations? What I knew was I hated the way other people approached me about network marketing opportunities. So I wanted to do something different. So I kind of needed a way to figure out what to say to people. And I needed a system that would allow me to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about this tonight, but the number one problem with our industry, with sales in general, but especially with our industry, is that we create all this energy to find people who are interested, and then we let them fall through the cracks. So I needed a system that would keep that from happening. And there was one more thing that was essential for me, and that was this: it needed to be easy to use. I am not a tech person. It's so funny. My team constantly teases me because I'm so backward when it comes to technology. Like, it has to be so easy, you know? And one of the things that we always said as we were building Teamzy was it has to be chimp easy, right? And the whole idea of the astronauts, you know, the first astronauts were chimpanzees, and they had to build spacecraft that a chimp could fly. Honestly, like, that's what Teamzy is. It's the spacecraft a chimp could fly, because if I can do it, you guys can do it. So it didn't exist. Obviously, there was nothing out there. We couldn't find anything, certainly nothing that was uncomplicated enough for me to use. So we built it. That's how Teamzy came to be. Took some guys way smarter than me to lunch, said, what do you guys think of this? And we built it and launched it in just over 4 years. Just to kind of give you some background on what's happened. It's been incredible. We've had more than 100,000 network marketers use Teamzy in 4 years, which is, it's so cool, because, you know, this is spread just through, you know, kind of team to team, people sharing it with their teammates, sharing it with their sideline brothers and sisters, saying, check this thing out, it's pretty cool. And it has just kind of spread like wildfire. And in that time, just to give you some idea for results, and these, of course, this is the average across all networks, but people using Teamzy actively, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days, which is pretty solid average activity. Now, just so you guys know, we consider active users people who are using Teamzy 5 days a week, okay, for an hour, and which is what I'm going to show you tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into Teamzy. I want to set this up with you guys. So if you haven't already started using Teamzy, I want you guys to know you can go to teamzy.com and start a free trial, okay? Teamzy.com. There's a little red button that says start trial. You click it. We will not ask for your credit card number or anything weird. Honestly, I hate, that's annoying too. I just want you to be able to use it and really try it out. And I guarantee you that you will fall in love with it. Now, I just got a message on my screen that my internet connection is unstable. So I want you guys to know that if I drop, I will come right back. Don't leave, just stay on the call. Okay, so if I do drop, I'll come right back. All right. Okay, so let's dive in here. So there's a free trial at teamzy.com. That's where I was. So when you first log into your free trial, the first thing that you're going to come into is the setup wizard. This is an area that's designed to make setting up Teamzy super easy. So I've now pulled it up on my screen. This is the first page of the setup wizard. And when you first log in, you'll get this welcome to Teamzy page. You'll get a little video from me kind of telling you what to find inside. Okay, let's skip that. Now, the first main thing we want to do in the setup wizard is to set an income goal. Okay, set an income goal. So what you're going to do is just drag this to the income goal you'd like to be making a year from now. Like, what income level would you like to be at next year, right? And so if you make a really big goal, it's going to have you working really hard, right? And if you have a modest goal, you'll have a modest amount of work. Teamzy will tell you exactly what you need to be doing to hit your goal. It takes the wonder and the mystery and the stress and the worry out of it for you. It tells you exactly what to do each day. So look, I'm going to set my goal for 150. That was my goal, 150,000. So at that goal, over the course of a year, by the way, I need to connect with almost 4,500 people at this goal. But daily, it's just 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors. Okay, 19 people. Daily, I'm going to connect with 19 people. That's going to take me 15, 20 minutes in Teamzy. So easy. Okay, listen, this is important because if you want to grow your business big, you have to keep your focus small. And that's why Teamzy takes your annual goal and gives you a daily target. Does this make sense? You only have today. It's the only day you have. Tomorrow never comes. Now, real quick on this, those of you who are already making significant income from your business, listen up. The people making income from their business, when you set your goal in Teamzy, it's just the amount of growth you want to see this year. Okay? So I was talking to a friend today. She made over $200,000 last year, and her goal in Teamzy was $300,000. No, she made $200,000 last year. Her goal in Teamzy for next year is $300,000. So her goal in Teamzy would only be $100,000. Would be the difference. Does that make sense? So if you've got significant income, I want you to set a goal that's the amount of growth. If you're starting from scratch, put in your goal. You know, at least 6 figures. Let's stretch a little. Okay. Okay, so I've got my goal at 150. I'm going to click continue. Once you set your goal, Teamzy configures your account to your goal. So those goals will be woven through everything that happens in Teamzy. The next step here in the setup wizard is getting your contacts into Teamzy. You want to have all your contacts in one place. Okay, you want to have them all here because Teamzy is cloud-based, which means you'll always have access to them. No looking for sticky notes or pads of paper. Oh my gosh, can you please help me with this? No, honestly, guys, you know, I've been coaching people in their business for years and years and years and years. I remember one time working with a top real estate agent who literally had a shoebox full of sticky notes. That was her contact management system. And for us to organize a business plan, we had to sit down and stick those sticky notes across a hardwood floor and organize them. I'm just telling you right now, guys, forget that kind of stuff. That's Bush League. You guys are pros. Okay, so we're going to get all your contacts in one place, your back office contacts, your Facebook friends, your Instagram followers, everything in one place, organized. Okay, not only will it be in one place so you always have it, but Teamzy does something magical with that. It's going to create a system with your list, which is really cool. Okay, so there's some instructions here. You can get all those contacts bulk imported the first time to set up. It's real easy. Okay, so once you get them in there, you're going to click on Launch Teamzy. And that brings you to your Teamzy dashboard, okay? So quick tour of the dashboard, just real quick. This little pink, it might be a different color for you depending on where you are. This is just for setup. Once you've got Teamzy set up, this goes away. But there's some great links here with trainings and things like that. It's great resources for you as you're setting up Teamzy. Okay, what I want to draw your attention to first is where it says today's activities. These are the goals that we just set in the setup process. Okay, based on my income goal, I'm going to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors. Now, notice something about this. I'm just going to stretch that a little because it's a little broken. There we go. When I say connect with prospects, customers, and distributors, I don't mean send some cheesy sales script asking them to watch a video or some, disingenuous thing trying to bait them into being interested in something I didn't tell them what it is. I hate that stuff. I just want you guys to know that stuff makes me crazy. What I want you to do is just connect with the mindset that you're going to make somebody's day. Just reach out to connect and make their day. Don't drop your business right now. Just say hello. Okay. And I want you to live in the make someone's day mindset. And when I show you the scripts in Teamzy, they're designed to do that. Why is that? Because the chance of them responding to that is very high. And then you have an opportunity to have a real conversation with somebody instead of just like this going for no crap. That means, that damages all your friendships. Does this make sense? Okay. So we're going to connect with prospects, customers, distributors. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. It's super fun and easy. I've also got a goal to share. Now, my goal is 3 a day. And so what do I mean by share? Quite simply, it just means sharing products with somebody or sharing the business opportunity with somebody. Those are my only 2 options for sharing. Okay. So, if they have a problem and I share a solution that involves buying products, that would be a share. Okay. And then I've also got a goal to add new people to my list every day. I always want to be putting new people in Teamzy so that it's fresh. Right? So that it's fresh. And you may be taking people out over time too. That's okay. Think of your list of relationships like a beautiful body of water. It needs fresh water coming in and fresh water coming out for everything to thrive. Make sense? Okay. All right. So that's kind of what those daily goals are. In each day when you log into Teamzy, these are going to be your goals for today. If you miss a week, you don't have to go do this times 7. You come in and you do today's goals. I just want you guys to understand success means hitting today's goal. That's it. Success means hitting today's goal. And if you can do that as many days a week as possible, you are going to be successful. Okay. I mean, if you missed a workout, if you didn't go to the gym for a week, would you go on Friday and do 6 workouts? No, you do 1 workout. So think of your business the same way. You just want to dive in today and get back into it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this Power Hour section. See this right here? Now, Teamzy is a full-fledged CRM. That means that it's got, it's a contact management system. It keeps track of everyone's contact information. They're all in here. You can look them up. It's a giant electronic Rolodex. Really cool, right? But what it does differently than other CRMs is this Power Hour module we're looking at right now. This allows us, instead of digging through a filing cabinet, which is what a CRM really is, it brings in front of us a workspace that helps us be incredibly focused for a short amount of time to do the stuff we need to do. And so it tells me who to connect with, who's up next on my prospects list, my customers list, and my distributors list, okay? And it also has a follow-ups list, so I know who I'm supposed to be following up with. So my power hour is just going down this list, and I do it based on these numbers, okay? So I need to connect with 9 people on this prospects list. That's step 1 of my power hour. It's pretty simple, right? Now, right before I jump into this, I just want to point out one thing about this. Notice next to each person's name, there's this number. See the gold number next to their names? That represents how many stars I've given them in Teamzy. So we use a simple rating system, 5 stars. 5 stars is awesome. 1 star, much less awesome. You guys know how this works, right? We use the 5-star system in everything in our lives. So we use the same system in Teamzy. We give people a rating, 5 stars, or 4, or 3, or 2, or 1. Now, what this means is I'm going to rate my top people as 5 stars. They're going to come up on my list first, and they're going to come back automatically based on 5 stars. They come back automatically every 30 days. I don't have to set a follow-up to stay in touch. Teamzy automatically keeps me in touch with them, okay? 4-star people, a little bit less warm. They're going to show up after the 5s, and they're going to come back every 60 days. They just come back automatically. Again, Teamzy keeps that person in front of me so that I can maintain the relationship. 3-star people show up every 90 days. 2-star people show up every 120 days. Make sense? So the more stars you give somebody, the more priority that's given to them. Okay, so there's a whole video here on ranking. We're not going to get into that on how to do it. It's really easy. But I do recommend once you get your contacts in Teamzy that you go through the list and just pick out your 5s and 4s to get started. At least get those picked out so that you're reaching out to the best people first. Okay. All right, let's do this power hour. You guys ready? Let me take a look at where you guys are from because I haven't even looked at it yet. Let's see who we got. Zingular in Kansas, Juice Plus in Massachusetts, Arbonne in Dallas. Let's see, Florida, Juice Plus. Fort Lauderdale, I don't know, Lubbock, Texas, with HempWorks. That's cool. That's a different one. Zingular, New Mexico, Juice Plus, Sacramento. You guys are all over the place. Cool. Houston, Texas, Juice Plus. North Carolina, San Diego with Be Epic. Oh, I haven't heard of Be Epic, Nikki. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm in San Diego too. I'm in Vista, North County. Let's see, we got Kansas with Primerica and Wine Shop, cool. So we've got a really cool mix of people coming into this call, which is great. I got Beth with Plexus. Let's see who else we got here. One Hope Wine, Clayton, North Carolina, cool. Okay, nice. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm excited that you're here, great. Let's dive into this power hour and show you how to do it. Now, obviously, a lot of you have custom versions of Teamzy. So what I'm showing you on my screen might be slightly different. I'm using the Teamzy standard version. It's kind of our generic catch-all version, right? So I know the Be Epic people are on here. So some of you guys have a custom version. Just bear with the slight differences. It's basically the same thing. Okay, so we're gonna do our power hour. The first person on my list, on my prospects list, is Jay. So she's up next. So what I want to do is send her a message to make her day. Now, I really like to use Facebook Messenger for a lot of my messaging, so that's what I'm going to demonstrate. But you can communicate with somebody however you want and log it in Teamzy, okay? So you can see from the drop-down, you've got all kinds of different things you could log here. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to do Facebook message because that's what I'm Facebook friends with Jay. And this is where I used to get stuck. Oh my gosh. What am I going to say? How many of you guys stare at the screen and try to figure out what you're going to say? You spend way too much time preparing and then you end up reaching out to 2 people. So I know this is a problem. And after a time, I figured out how to get these conversations going quickly and easily. And so we built a scripts library into Teamzy for you. Listen, even if you're on a free trial, you have access to these scripts, okay? Which is pretty cool. And the way you get to it is you click on scripts right here in the connect box. Do you guys see that? Okay, so I'm going to grab a script for Facebook. And I'm just going to take the first one off the list, connect number 1. The way you get it is you just click on copy script and it copies it to clipboard of your computer or your phone, if you're on your phone. And then I'm just going to paste it in here and so I can do some editing because the name is just a sample, right? So I need to get the right name. I need to put my emojis on there. Okay. Right? I don't know. What emojis do you guys like? I like emojis. I think they're fun. So whatever emojis you want, look, there's a smiley face. Great. So now I've got the message the way I want it, and I'm going to go send it. Now, you can't actually send a Facebook message from anywhere except Facebook. So I'm going to copy this message now that I've got it the way I want it and go send it in Facebook, which I have open in another tab. Okay. And that was to Jay. Do a quick search. There she is. And so now I'm just going to drop this down and hit send message. Okay. So I've sent this message. Boom. Now it's sent. Great. So I'm coming back to Teamzy now to finish logging this. I've already set Facebook message there, and see the blue button that says log connect. When I click log connect, it's logged. Now look what's happened. I've got 1 done, 8 left, and this little blue circle is starting to fill in. So the next person on my list is Faith. I'm going to message her. She's up next. You could just use that same message. Look, I'm just going to click paste because it's still on my clipboard, and I'm just going to change the name to Faith. Now I've already got the emojis I like, except you got to be able to spell Faith. Starts with, wow, Eric. My fingers are on the wrong buttons. Hi, Faith. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Super simple script. By the way, this script is amazing. It works so well. So again, I'll copy the script. I'll toggle over to Facebook. I'll look up Faith, and I'll send her the message, and then I'll come back to Teamzy and log it. Okay? Great. Now what happens is I've got 2 done, the circle's getting more full. So each time I send a message, that circle's gonna be becoming more full. When it's completely solid, I'll know I'm done with prospects for the day, okay? That means I hit my goal of 9. So then I'm done with my prospects list. I'm gonna go over to my customers list. Now these lists give me 5 names at a time. That keeps me focused and keeps me from getting overwhelmed because guys, let's be honest. If I gave you 100 names, you'd start skipping down the list. I just want you to connect with who's up next. That's how we don't let people fall through the cracks. So now I've come over to the next list, which is customers. Okay, and I'm going to start connecting with my customers the exact same way. I'll go to Willie. He's the first person on my list. I'm going to go to my scripts to get a quick idea of what I could say to Willie. Now, look, I want you guys to understand something. When you're into contacting customers, you don't have to do something salesperson-y because they're a customer. The same thing you want to do is to make somebody's day. Now, this is your customer, yeah, so there is a level of professionalism. So let me just give you an example of a script. I'm going to go to Facebook again. Something like this. Congratulations on great results. Jane, you're doing so great. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on. Do you guys have things to congratulate customers for? Yeah, absolutely. I love this one. This one's real simple. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the products? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Check this out, guys. Let me just copy this script. This is a customer script. Now, you paste that in there, you take out the products and you put in a product. So I'm just looking, looks like we have the most people here from Juice Plus. So let me just put in this. How are you enjoying your tower garden? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Do you guys see how easy this is? I don't want you overthinking stuff. Get the right name in there. Are you guys with me? Send them the message. Now, a couple things happen that are really important when you're connecting with customers. Most people neglect their customers. They mean to stay in touch with their customers, but they don't. I would say from the thousands, tens of thousands of people I've trained, the vast majority of people in this business are not taking great care of their customers. They're not in regular contact. So here's what I want you guys to know. Staying in regular contact with your customers is the absolute best thing you can do for your business. Okay? It's the best thing you can do for your business. And there's three reasons why. I wish I had an hour just to talk to you about these 3 reasons, but I'm just going to give you the quick Reader's Digest version. If you're under the age of 40, you have no idea what Reader's Digest was. That's okay. You can ask your mom. So here we go. Number 1 is the right thing to do. Staying in touch with, providing excellent service is the right thing to do. Do you agree? How many of you guys got into the business with the commitment to yourself that you were going to provide excellent service? Yeah. So just being in touch is excellent service. That's step 1. And I'm going to show you, putting them in Teamzy makes it so easy. But here's another reason that it's so important. And this is a statistical fact. You guys can look this up if you want to, or you can just try it out for 30 days and you'll see that I'm right. When you're in regular contact with customers, they order more products and they retain longer. Okay, when you're in regular contact with your customers, they order more product and they retain longer. As you build that relationship, just being in contact, that's just the way it works. They're going to start adding to their orders. They're going to set, they're on one product, they're liking it, they're going to start adding other products. They're going to retain longer because you're in contact with them because the service is good, right? Think about it. I mean, think about any service experience. It's true. Think about the last time you went to an amazing restaurant and everything was perfect. The ambiance, the food. All of us are dreaming of restaurants, right? Because none of us can eat out in so long. But think about the service was great. And usually when service is excellent, it's because they're present. It's because the service staff is present. You know, they're not annoying, but they're present regularly throughout the meal. It makes you order more wine, makes you get a dessert, it makes you hang out and have a better time. And that's what it's going to be like for your customers when you're in regular contact. They're going to order more, they're going to spend more with you, they're going to retain longer, and they're going to enjoy the process more, which is what you want. But I want you guys to understand, leaders that are on this call, think about this. If everyone on your team did a 30-day free trial of Teamzy and started connecting with their customers, what do you think would happen to team volume this month? I mean, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Typically, we see a 20 to 30% increase in team volume when a team leader does a 30-day challenge, free challenge of Teamzy. Is it because, well, you know, it's just because people have no system now and they're not connecting with people just to brighten their day. Does this make sense? So the number 3 reason why you need to be in touch with customers all the time is because, how many of you, there's a little button you can raise your hand. How many of you would like new customers? Anybody interested in getting new customers? Do you guys have a customer that you love and you just wish? Lyle says Reader's Digest is still in print, Eric. It is, Lyle, but nobody reads it under the age of 40. Okay. Everyone wants new customers. I see the hands popping up. Okay, good. So where do you go get your new customers? Where do you find them? So I'll just tell you, the best place to get a new customer is from a current customer. There's no better place to get a new customer than from a current customer. And the person that you love, the people that you love, your customers right now that are excited about your product, I guarantee you they're talking to their friends and family about it. That's what people do. They're excited. They're talking to friends and family about it. 82% of people in North America say they make purchasing decisions based on the recommendation of a friend. That's a pretty strong percentage. So your customers are talking about your products with friends, who the majority of whom are likely to make that purchasing decision now because their friend recommended it to them. The question I have for you is, are you getting introduced to those friends? Are you getting introduced to those friends? You can't ask people to refer you to the friends. They won't do it. I mean, they mean to, they just forget. You have to get introduced. So part of the process, guys, is being in regular contact with customers, having a relationship so that you can say, you know, let's see who's on my list. So you can say, Natalie, you've been getting great results, and I know you've been excited about what the products have been doing for you. You've probably told friends about it. Is there anybody that you care about who needs some more information? Just ask them, you know. And she says, yeah, my friend Erin actually is curious. We've been talking about it. I said, great. Would you mind introducing me to Erin? And I'll get her some more info. You get that introduction, okay? But you got to be in touch to get introductions. You can't call somebody up you haven't talked to in 6 months and go, hey, I hope all is well with you and that you've been using your product. Because you just introduce me to your friends. They're going to be like, oh, I'm glad you called. I have 6 months of your product on my shelf unused. Thanks for checking in. Are you guys with me? Got to be in regular contact. You got to be in regular contact. Okay. So use Teamzy. Get your customers in there. I gave you 3 huge reasons why you got to be touching your customers. It's as important as prospecting. Don't neglect them. One customer, even if they bought something a year ago and never ordered again, is worth more than 1,000 new followers on Instagram. I'm telling you guys right now, this is somebody who's already given you money and trusts you enough to do that. Does this make sense? Okay, so prospects. We're going to reach out. Whatever your goal was, send messages. Then you're going to go to your customers. You're going to work down the list, sending messages to connect with your customers. You use my scripts. They're easy, okay? And when you're done with your goal for customers, that circle will be all the way pink. And then we're going to go to distributors. This is your team. And the goal here is to connect with your team and make their day too. If you've got 2 people on your team, you're going to be done with this list really quick, right? But as you build a huge team, this is going to help you keep track of it and have personal relationships with people. And I really want you guys to think about somebody upline that you really look up to and admire. Imagine what it would be like if that person texted you out of the blue right now and just let you know they're thinking of you and they're proud of you. How would that feel? And so as you become success stories, I want you guys to build this discipline into your business. This is why we call it Teamzy, by the way, because we know that for you to be successful, you have to create a team that's successful. So the first half of your power hour is connecting with prospects, customers, distributors, just sending a nice make somebody's day message, okay? Now, some people will respond immediately. I don't want you to get sidetracked going off and having a conversation with them before you've gotten all your outgoing messages done. So stay focused during your power hour and get your outgoing messages done, and maybe even set aside a different time to respond to people. That's what I would do, is you do your outgoing power hour and then set aside a little bit of time later in the day where all you're doing is responding. Okay, prospects, customers, distributors. We've sent those messages. Now I get to my fourth list, which is follow-ups, right? Now, when you get to follow-ups, if you're new to Teamzy, you're gonna see it looks like this. It's empty. Nobody goes to follow-ups automatically in Teamzy because you have to put people there manually, okay? This is your pipeline of hot leads. These are the people who have said, yes, Eric, I'm interested in learning more about your products. I'm interested in buying your products. I'm interested in learning more about this business model. Those are the people I'm going to put on the follow-ups list. And once they're there and they've opted in and said, yes, I want more, now I'm going to show them what a professional I am by following up like a pro. So let me kind of show you how to do this in Teamzy, okay? It's real simple. Now let's just imagine for a second. Let's just imagine for a second that I messaged my friend, well, I messaged my friend Jay at the beginning of this demonstration, right? So let's imagine she responds to me, oh my gosh, great to hear from you. Great. So now she's responded. Wow, this is great. Now I have a chance to have a conversation with her. So I'm going to try to engage her. I'm going to try to get her beyond the thanks for reaching out and, to have a conversation. So I might message something like, oh, it's been forever since we've connected. What have you been up to? How are you guys doing? What have you been up to? So she's now giving me an update on what they've been doing, right? So she's giving me a little bit of an update. Now I can be interested in what she tells me and ask some questions and just try to get the conversation going. Now, look, I just want you guys to know I don't have a lot of time to teach you this piece. I'm kind of going on the assumption you know how to have a conversation with somebody. But just pretend, if you're messaging, just pretend like you're there in person with them. You bumped into them at the supermarket or something. And you're catching up. Just do it like that, right? So find out what's going on in their life, and then you would normally share what's going on in your life, wouldn't you? I mean, isn't that normal? It's actually, there's a name for it. It's the law of reciprocation. They've told you about them. Now you're supposed to tell them about you. So tell them what you've been up to. Tell them about your spouse and your kids and what you've been doing, how your quarantine's going. Okay. And the important piece is, part of what we tell people about is our work. Now, if you've got a job, this is your opportunity to talk instead about your business. Okay. This is your chance to talk about your business. People say, how do I talk about my business? So this is how you talk about your business. Write this down. I'm going to give you guys the advanced tip on this. You tell people what you do and why you're passionate about it. That's how you talk about your business. This is what I do and why I'm passionate about it. Okay. If you are, if you're working in the health and wellness industry, great. I help people lose weight and get healthy. Why am I so passionate about it? Because I personally lost 50 pounds and it was life-changing. And now I get to see other people light up when their lives change. It's been amazing. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, and the best part is that it actually gives me another source of income, which during this pandemic time has been incredibly, stabilizing for my family, that we have income coming in even though, our jobs are on hold. Like, tell people what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. Does this make sense? And if you do that, people will always be excited for you. They'll always be excited for you. They'll always be like, wow, that's so cool. Good for you. That's great. A little different, isn't it, than the typical response to, hey, guess what? I'm doing network marketing. People are like, gross, right? Now people are like, oh, that's cool. Good for you. So that's my tip. You have a conversation with somebody, have a normal conversation with somebody. And then when you give them your update on your life, you tell them what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. They'll be excited for you, okay? And depending on how excited they are, just ask them, would you like to learn more? Hey, would you like more information on what I'm doing? I'd be happy to share it with you. That's it. So easy. You guys are like, oh, I don't know if it's that easy. Just try it. It is. Okay. Some people will say, yeah, sure. And some people will say, no, thanks. No big deal. But here's what I want you guys to understand. The people who say no thanks at this stage, they're not burned. You haven't damaged the relationship. You haven't done anything to turn them off, or they're going to run away and unfriend you and, whatever people do typically when we send them cold invites and cold shares. Does this make sense? You have another chance. When they say, no, thanks, not right now, that's like, all right, no big deal. You've planted the seed. If you do come across somebody who needs help with this, please keep me in mind, introduce them to me. They're like, okay, yeah, definitely will. 3 months later, they come back on Teamzy. It's like, hey, checking in. It's been 3 months. How's everything going now? How are you guys doing? They're like, oh, they still want to have a conversation with me. This is great. This makes sense. You build that trust over time. Let's assume though that Jay said, oh my gosh, I would like to learn more. You know, I need something going on right now. This $1,200 isn't going to cut it. Great. Let's jump on a call and let's talk some more. So how would I do it? Let's say she says, yes, I'd like some more info. She and I jump on a Zoom or a FaceTime and we're talking a little bit more about business. How would I log that in Teamzy? Let me get back to Teamzy and show you guys how to do this. I got so excited about, you know, my dialogues. We forgot about Teamzy. Where is it? Here it is. So Jay and I are now, we're going to get on a Zoom and talk about the business opportunity. So I'm going to log this in Teamzy by first, I got to look her up because she's not on my dashboard anymore. So I'm going to look her up in this lookup bar and that brings me to her record. Okay. So here's her full contact record in Teamzy. So what I'm going to do is open this connect box by clicking on connect. It opens the box. So it looks just like the dashboard. Okay. And so I'm going to log in here that we had a Zoom. I'd log that in our video chat. Okay. And then here I would put my notes from our Zoom. Honestly, if I was at home while talking to her, a lot of times I would open up Teamzy and type my notes right in it. Just ask them, hey, do you mind if I take some notes while we talk? Yeah, sure. I type them right in there, which is cool. Now, as I'm sharing the business opportunity, I'm going to click on share and log that. So right here on the bottom left of this box, you'll see share. Right now it's set to just default connect, but I'm going to move that to business opportunity because on this Zoom, I'm sharing the business opportunity. As soon as I put that share on the record, it activates the follow-up list. See that little yellow, what is that, a little calendar icon? It activated the follow-ups list and it defaulted to 2 days from now. I'm going to click on it though so I can customize that. I'm going to set it for tomorrow. But it activated that follow-ups list. Now when I log this connect, it actually set a follow-up on her record. So it's due tomorrow. Let me go to the dashboard and show you what happened. So a couple things. One, it logged a share. See, that's how you log a share. So I've got 1 out of 3 done. And if I go to my follow-ups list, you can see there's Jay. She's due for tomorrow. So tomorrow when I do my power hour, guys, I'm going to connect with prospects, whoever's up next, times 9, which is my goal, then my customers, then my distributors, and then I'm going to come over to follow-ups and see if I have any follow-ups due. Jay will be due tomorrow, so now I need to send her a follow-up. Okay, so the second half of my power hour is working that follow-ups list. Right now I only have 1, but after a few weeks of doing this, that follow-ups list will be full. Okay, remember, I like to use that follow-ups list for the people who I've shared with. I've shared the business opportunity or product solutions with. Okay, so now when I come over here to send her a follow-up, it's just like sending a regular connect message. Okay, guys, I want you to know it works the same way. You're going to go to scripts and grab a script. Now, to make this easy on you, I have put all 10 of my follow-up scripts in Teamzy for you, and they're numbered. So look, you're going to start with follow-up number 1. Here's how it reads. It says, hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay. And you can copy that script and send it to her. So I'm going to paste that in there. I'm just going to change the name to Jay from Jane, right? And, you know, whatever emoji that you want. Doesn't matter. You get the idea. Okay. So look, now I've got my follow-up ready to go. I'm going to copy it and send it in Facebook, just like I did the other message. Oh, look, we're still on Jay, which is perfect. Send message. So now I'm going to send her this follow-up message. Done. And I'm going to log it in Teamzy. Now pay attention. This part's really important. Before I hit log connect, I need to set a new follow-up because if I don't set a follow-up, she'll just go back into the Teamzy cycle. But I don't want her to go back in for 30 days from now. I want to talk to her, let's say 2 days from now. So I'm going to set a new follow-up. And I can leave myself a note so I can quickly see what I'm going to talk to her about next time. And I'm just going to put follow-up number 2 as my note. So when I log that, now she's got one due on Saturday, and I can see at a glance, it's follow-up number 2 that I need to send her. Okay, so this is important because once somebody's on that follow-ups list, I want to keep them on that follow-ups list. So every time I connect with them, I set the next follow-up. Now people are always like, well, when's the next one? Just use your gut. Like I usually would follow up the next day, then a couple days, then maybe 3 or 4 days after that. Like each follow-up gets a little farther apart. That's just the way I do it. But you can set a follow-up for any sequence that you want, okay? If Jay says, connect with me on Friday, that's when I get paid. Great, then I'll set the follow-up for Friday. Are you guys with me? Okay. So real quick on this, and then I'm going to take questions. So if you've got questions that are popping into your mind, I want you guys to start putting them in the Q&A. It's right down there. Just start loading them up because I'll answer them here at the end. I want to talk to you real quick about follow-ups because this is where most people mess up. I told you in the beginning, you know, people fall through the cracks left and right in this business. And I truly believe that when you're working this business without Teamzy, it's like drinking water from your hands. You know, I mean, you can do it. You can quench your thirst every day drinking water that way, but you spill more than you drink, right? Because your hands aren't designed to hold the water. Just like you're not designed to run a multi-million-dollar business without a system like this behind you. So let's talk real quick about follow-ups because people mess this part up. And I want you guys to understand just kind of the psychology and the statistics on this. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Okay, 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 20% of sales happen between the, you know, the 1st and the 4th follow-up. So if you're following up 4 times, you only have available to you 20% of the business that you should be getting. And most of the people I talk to follow up 3 or 4 times. Okay? So all the business you've been getting, it's just a fraction of what you should be getting. You need to be following up more. You need to be prepared to follow up 10 times. Now, when I talk to groups all the time, I very rarely find anyone who says, yeah, I follow up 10 times, unless they've been through my trainings and they've kind of retooled their thinking on this. Most people don't follow up 10 times because they're concerned about being annoying. And how many of you guys, that's your worry? You don't want to be a nag. You don't want to come across annoying. Yeah. So I'm going to teach you how to do it without being annoying. But first, I want you guys to understand something. If you're in this business because you truly believe you can help people, how many of you, that's you? Like, my products are amazing, my company's amazing, and I can change lives. I'm on a mission to change lives. If that's you, I want you guys to understand something. If your products might be amazing, but they really don't matter to the people who don't buy them. Okay? So if you really want to help people, the only thing that you have that helps people is your ability to follow up. Your ability to follow up with people is how you get them to the place where they can have their life changed. So I want you to think about following up differently, not about something that's annoying, but I want you to think of it like this. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love, okay? And failing to follow up, frankly, is telling somebody, I don't care about you. I don't care about you. Actions speak louder than words, right? And I know that's not where you want to come from. You need to show people you love them. And the way you do it is by following up like a pro. Now, I'm going to teach you how to follow up without being annoying, so you don't have to worry about that. If you use Teamzy and you use my scripts, they're already designed with these principles in mind. These are principles that I honed over the years as a consultant to stay on top of people who needed the accountability without them getting bugged by me. So here's how you do it. There's 2 principles. If you follow these 2 principles, you won't be annoying. Number 1, when you're following up, make sure that you don't ask anything of them, okay? Don't ask them to call you or to text you or to reply or to buy the products, or don't ask anything of them, okay, when you're just following up. Don't ask anything of them because basically you just want them to see the message, okay? Now, if you understand that statistically 80% of people aren't going to respond at all to the first 5, 6, even 7 messages, it's a waste of energy to give them a call to action. You just want them to see it, okay? You just want them to see it. So we're not asking anything of them, principle 1. Principle number 2 is that your message, they need to be able to read your message without opening it. They need to be able to read your message without opening it, okay? So when you're following up on somebody who was interested in purchasing or joining and they didn't purchase or join, this is when you don't send voice messages and you don't send videos and, oh my gosh, never call them on the phone and leave them a voicemail. Those are annoying to people. Because why? Because they're busy right now and you're not a high priority. So they're not going to open your message. They're not going to open it no matter what, because they don't want to look like a jerk when they don't respond. So you want to keep it short enough that they can see the whole message. You want to make sure they always get the message. Okay. So what happens is I'm talking to Jay. She's excited. She wants to talk to her husband. Great. I message her the next day. She sees my message. She's excited again when she sees my message, but she's in the middle of something and she can't respond right now. Okay. So she forgets about it. A couple days later, I message her again. Same thing. This is what's happening. okay? And she means to, or she wants to, but it's just never the right moment type thing. And so some time starts to pass and people don't notice that the time is passing, but you got to stay on top. You got to stay top of mind by continuing to follow up. Make sense? Eventually she will respond. And this is what I have found is that when you do it this way, people always say something like this: I'm so sorry that I haven't responded. Thank you so much for staying in touch. They will thank you for the follow-up. They will thank you 100% of the time for your follow-up. And they will know your true heart, your true colors, that you really did care and that you really did stay and were patient and stayed with them. Does this make sense? So the way you work your power hours in Teamzy, you guys, is you come in, you connect with your prospects, your customers, your distributors, outgoing messages, okay? And then you work on that follow-ups list. You keep people on that follow-ups list forever until they convert. Just keep setting a new follow-up for the future, okay? That's your power hour. Now, I do recommend you set aside maybe a couple 30-minute blocks in your day where you're just messaging, where you're responding, okay? Otherwise, you will create a lot of conversations using Teamzy, and you could be on your phone 24/7. If you want to be on your phone 24/7, go for it. But if you want to have some time to enjoy your day, then block a couple of 30-minute, 40-minute blocks where all you do during that time is return messages, and you'll be on top of everything. Does this make sense? Okay. So I see some questions going into the Q&A. Put more questions in there because I'm going to answer those in a second. Let me just finish Jay off in Teamzy so you kind of see how to finish the process. So we've come through, we've now had her on my follow-ups list for a while. I've been following up and she finally converts, right? She finally makes her purchase and commits. So let me show you how to do that in Teamzy. So again, I can go to her record anytime by looking her up, okay? And once I'm there, I'm gonna log that there was a sale. So I'm gonna click on sale. And usually I'll just have a couple choices. So let's say she came in as a distributor. So I'll click on distributor kit in this case and save it. Okay, we're not worried about logging commission or anything like that. Teamzy is just going to track that you got a sale, okay? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to scroll down here to member type, and I'm going to just click on that she's no longer a prospect, but she's a distributor, and she's personally sponsored. Okay, that moves her over to that thing. Now, the thing I skipped over, which I also recommend, is to add a tag for whatever her product was that she purchased. Okay, so tag it in there so that you have a record of all the products she's using, and that's how you keep track of it. Next time Jay comes up on my dashboard, she'll be on the distributors column, not the prospects column. Okay, whew, man, we covered a lot of ground. So let's jump into the Q&A and answer some questions. Carmel has a great question. She says, any category for former customers? That is a really good question, and I'm glad you asked it, Carmel. And here's what I'm going to tell you. And guys, like, I don't know if there's something I could be more passionate about than this. Treat former customers as current customers. Treat your former customers as current customers. Okay? Because they're not on they don't have a current order with you, doesn't mean they don't think of themselves as your customers still. And if you treat former customers as current customers and stay in touch with them, guess what happens? They come back a lot. They come back a lot. What happens so often is people just get behind on using their product. They cancel, and then they want to come back. If you're not in touch with them, they won't. Okay? So stay in touch with former customers just like current ones. Okay. Can you change Beth asks, can you change your goal once you've started? Absolutely, you can change your goal at any moment. Let me show you how to do it, Beth. On the dashboard, you go to edit daily goals. Okay, right there. I don't know if you saw that. Let me go back. I clicked it really fast. Right here on the dashboard, it says edit daily goals. Okay, if you're on your phone, you'll have to go to settings to do this. All right. So edit daily goals, and that takes you to your income goal. Now, you don't have to change the income goal to change your goals. You can just click set income goal and continue. And on this page, you can customize these numbers, okay? So this is prospects, customers, and distributors. This is also great for those of you who are like, I'm new and I don't have any distributors. Great. So you're gonna make this for a 0 and add it up here to prospects. So it'd be 13. Let's say you're totally new, you don't even have customers. So you can put 0 on those categories and you can put all 19 over here on prospects. You can also change your share and ads goals. You can customize those. And then when you've got those the way you want them, you hit Save Connects Goal, and it redoes your dashboard. Cool? Very cool. Beth also asks, can you download phone contacts from your phone into Teamzy? Yeah, you absolutely can. It is a process because because phones can't do it automatically, but the instructions are over here on the Help Center, Beth. You go to Help Center and look that up. It's one of the FAQs. Okay. Tony says, are there scripts to use for people you've been out of touch with for a really long time? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think script number 2 or 3 says, it's been a while since we connected. It just starts with, it's been a while since we connected, right? I mean, you don't overthink this stuff, you guys. And what you'll find, look, I'm gonna go into the scripts. What you'll find is these scripts just work great, you know? Here it is, look, it's been a while since I checked in with you. It could have been 10 years. Sometimes I would write, it's been forever. It feels like it's been forever. How are you? Hope all is going great. So easy. Okay. This is the third script is the one that I would use for people when I see them and I'm like, I don't really know this person, but they're in my Teamzy. Hey, I saw you cross my Facebook feed and thought I'd say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Like if we're Facebook friends, and a lot of times you could create a relationship with someone you barely know, which is really cool. Okay. Can a husband and wife use the same Teamzy? Carrie says. Yes, a husband and wife can use the same Teamzy. It's a little bit tricky. You can use tags. You can use tags so that you know, like, this is for this person, this is for that person. You know, my wife and I did our business together, and our website and everything was Eric and Lisa. So that helped us because since we built our business originally together as Eric and Lisa, sometimes it would be, it'd be great. Either one of us could message people. Does that make sense? And I would just usually, like, if I was, for example, going to message the wife of a couple, I would say, hey, Lisa and I were just thinking about you guys today. So I would make the message to them and it would be from us, if that makes sense. Otherwise, you can use it. It's just going to be kind of like, if you've got, Carrie, if the next 5 people only your husband can connect with, you're kind of stuck on the dashboard. Does that make sense? Tadrea says, well, that's a cool name. Never heard that one before. When you have multiple businesses, would you work on 2 power hours, or can you use one and utilize tags? So yeah, you can use one Teamzy account and utilize tags for sure. You're just going to have to keep it in your mind what your goal is for each business, right? And if you have multiple businesses, I mean, sometimes it's the same list of contacts. You're not sure which one they'd be interested in, right? So you're still connecting with the same people to generate conversations. And then you're going to have to use that conversation to decide which way you're going to go with the conversation, which business you're going to present to them. Obviously, when you get to customers and distributors, that's when the tags you're going to know which business they belong to. Okay. Beth asks the question. I think I just answered that one, but let me ask it again. Her question says, I don't have any customers or distributors. Do I contact 18 prospects a day rather than 963? Yeah, so that's what I would do, is I would just do prospects for now. Okay, and then you'll start building people up pretty quick. Does a power hour have to be an hour? Can it be 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and so on? Absolutely, Kara. Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is that if you want to be successful, you should be as intentional as you can. So plan for it. Plan for it. I mean, I know, like, right now, kids aren't in school, but if you've got elementary school kids and you have to go pick them up and then you sit in that waiting line to pick up your kids, like, that's a 15 minutes you can get a bunch of connects done. So things like that are part of your day, I mean, use those times to be proactive in your business. But plan them. But plan it, right? So that's what I would say is you can do it in 15-minute increments, 10-minute increments, but plan it. Say, hey, I'm going to do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, and I'm going to get it done. Okay, cool. All right. Looks like I'm out of questions. So what I'm hoping is that was very valuable to you guys. Let me get you guys some action steps real quick before you guys run away. I got one more question. How do we use for mobile? I'll show you that in a second. Let me just give you your action steps. Here's your action steps. First off, if you're not already using Teamzy, go to teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial started. That's a no-brainer. If you're in a free trial now, set up your subscription. You'll see it just under your name on the left side. You can click to start your subscription. We won't bill you to the end of your free time, But this way you won't miss a beat when your free trial is over. Otherwise, it may just shut off on you, right? Which you don't want. So you want to make sure you've got that set up. I also highly recommend you get a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. If you're past the trial, it's okay. Just say, hey, let's do this for 30 days. Find somebody who wants to run for a month and hold each other accountable. You know, share your goals. And this, I do this in my boot camps, and it's really powerful. So I recommend you guys do this. Each day you take a screenshot when you've completed your Teamzy dashboard and message it over to your partner. It's a total kick in the pants when you get one of those and you haven't done yours, right? And because what I want you to do in your 30-day free trial is maybe have the best month of your business. I don't want you to just like sign up and play with it twice and not do anything with it, right? Get in there and use it. Having accountability and support is the way to do it. And the last action step I'm going to give you is a 5-day challenge. I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. I'm going to challenge you to connect with 100 people over 5 days. Okay, so just use Teamzy 5 days in a row, connect with about 20 people a day. It can be any combo of prospects, customers, and distributors. I don't care. I want you to send 20 messages a day for 5 days, because once you've done this, it's going to change the way you look at your business forever. You will create so many conversations, it's going to blow your mind. And you'll never believe the stories you tell yourself. Oh my gosh, I've gone through my war market, now what? Or nothing's happening, or now what? Or nobody's got any money, now what? Or it's a slow season, or now what? Like, that's a bunch of junk. You do the Teamzy 5-day challenge and you're going to be like, oh my, I don't know about you, but my phone is blowing up right now. And so that's why I want you guys to kind of viscerally experience how much momentum you can create in just 5 days. As leaders, it's going to change the way you listen to people's excuses too. So get your free trial started. If you're in a free trial, get your subscription going, get a 30-day success partner, crush the next month, and do the 5-day challenge. You guys will have an amazing experience. Okay, last question that came up. How do we use for mobile? Let me show you this really quick. It's super easy. Teamzy doesn't have an app, but it has a great mobile website. So I'm going to share my screen with you on my phone. Now, I have iPhone, so I don't know anything about Androids, but you Android people are more techie than us anyways. Okay, hold on, waiting for it to share. Here it comes. Okay, so here's my iPhone screen, okay? Now you'll see right next to Amazon Music in the center is my Teamzy dashboard icon. I have saved the login page of Teamzy to my phone. So when I wanna go to Teamzy, I just touch that and it brings me to log in. Okay, and you can actually stay logged in by clicking that little remember me button. Okay, I'm just gonna log me in. So here's my Teamzy for mobile. It's pretty awesome. It's right there. Isn't that cool? So if I want to connect with somebody, I can touch their name. I open the connect box. I can get my scripts just like I was anywhere else. I can get my scripts. I can copy my script. Okay, and then I can toggle over to Messenger, right? Or to my you can see my apps there. I've got messages open there. I could toggle over to Facebook Messenger and send the message, and then toggle back and log it. So you can do everything mobile on your phone. It's pretty cool. Okay, great. Are there scripts for closing the sale? There's not in the Teamzy, not in the Teamzy scripts library. Those are things that we work on in our boot camps. But you guys should probably have those. Okay. But I'll tell you, Constance, my script. You ready? This is my script for closing the sale. It works amazing. Honestly, I don't consider myself a salesy person. I consider myself someone who helps people make their decision. But after people feel like you've been talking to them a while, you just say, hey, it sounds like you're ready to order. How would you like to do it? Would you like me to call you and walk you through the process, or just send you my link? Right? Sometimes I'll say, hey, are you ready to get started? Sounds like you're ready to get started. You ready to go? And then ask them, would you like me to call you and walk you through it? Or would you like me to just send you my links? Try that. It'll work, Constance. Okay. Can you set this up on your iPad? You can use this on your iPad. The only thing you can't do on an iPad is you can't do the bulk file imports of contacts. Okay. You have to have a computer for that. iPads and iPhones and Android phones don't work that way. Do you ever use 2 devices so you don't have to switch back and forth between social media apps? Nope, that won't work, Deanna. That won't work. You'd have to refresh every screen. That would be way more work. Switching back and forth is what we do all day, toggling. It's easy. Okay. Can we add our own scripts to the list? Yes, you can. You'll see there's a new script button in there. Now you guys are coming up with questions right as I'm about to say goodnight to you. See how it goes? All right. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for spending some time with us. Welcome to the Teamzy family. We're excited and honored to have you here. God bless you guys. Have a great night. If you have more questions, you can send them to support@teamzy.com. The team is there ready to serve you. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.